Hey guys, what a great trading session that we had today. When we first looked at the market, it looked like it was just in a marching, running market, and we identified some key areas. I wanted just to kind of go over that with you guys a little bit. So let me just share my screen. All right, everybody should be seeing my screen now. Where we started was kind of right in here, right? We kind of saw it kind of coming up. The market was definitely in a trending pattern, right? And then this is kind of the channel that it's been trading in. And so we're like, okay, it's been going up all night long. And so how do we trade this, right? And so the first thing we're like, well, I'm going to be a buying fan until it crosses this point, right? Once it crosses this point, then I'm like, okay, it's not going to continue on with the same market structure that we've had all night long. And the market does change market structure to market structure, but knowing the key points of when that could change or possibility of a change is very, very conducive to trading, and having being in the correct positions at the correct time is obviously one of the more difficult things to do, but recognizing where that market structure could possibly change is a key element in doing that. So we recognize that we were kind of into some trades, kind of recapping the day, into some trades here, buying here, and then we continued to buy off this and here. And then I ended up having to give some of my trades back to the market and then looking for an opportunity to recover from that. And so right here, I closed out of some trades, took a loss, probably about 0.5% to maybe closer to the 1% that I needed to recover. Took that loss. Then just kind of sat on my hands for a little bit, waited, was not able to take advantage of this because we got kind of into the challenge portion of the trading today. And I was able to then kind of off of this move right here, get back my 1%. Now, let me explain that really quickly. I'm kind of down on, I'm looking for a high probability trade setup. And this was one, right? We got the breakout. And then normally on the first retracement of a breakout, which is one of my favorite patterns to trade, where you kind of get a breakout, I was looking for a high probability that it was going to come back and test that area. So breakout, test the area. I went kind of heavier on my trades. I was able to capitalize on this because I knew it, because of these wick action right here, I knew it was going to come down and test this. All right, so I was into a couple layers here on sells. Came down, blew past this action point right here, blew past the action point, and so I got out right here on my sells, and then I had the opportunity to smack into some buys for the ride to kind of test this. So I was able to capitalize on the run down, test that, and then get back out on the run up, and thus ending my day at almost a 5% positive. But the big advantage of the trading session today was watching how I took the loss here and made it up here. So again, I love live trading, love showing you guys. If you guys find that these are valuable, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, because I do post these daily. On our journey to take this account to 50,000, right? So we started at 5, we're headed to 50,000, and we'll get there soon, right? Hopefully soonish. Enjoy the live trading. Here, let's see what our price cycles have been. Pretty large, wow, 20. On this candle, let's see, before that, 16. So if you buy here, and it gives you a down price cycle of 14, you got to withstand another 7 pips before a possible turn, which is down here. So this isn't the best place to buy, but I'm a little leery about it doing one of these numbers on you where it just doesn't go a full price cycle and then shoots up, right?
Right.
So I think what I'll do here is I will get into a buy, but I'm going to reduce, I reduced my position size, and I'll probably buy here You start putting one trade on and making these layers kind of wider. Yeah, widening and wider and stuff. I hate when you get your merge wicks.
And I'm trading on my 5K account that I signed up for. So I'm using a 0.01 lot size and a 2 pip take profit.
Yeah, thank you guys for signing up. Everybody that signed up, it helped me. And Sean, we were sitting there as you guys were signing up. We were sitting there talking about how to automate, and everybody's having, some of you guys had issues, some of you guys didn't. We feel like the issues that we had yesterday are more likely to come up when people have like different scenarios that are already with Apiary. Like, I'm already with Apiary, I'm funded already, and how all these variables where if you're brand new, those issues probably don't present itself. So we're just so you guys know, on the technical side, sometimes it wasn't creating the accounts if you guys already had like certain roles, and so we had to figure that one out. And it was canceling other roles on the back end side. And so thank you so it's basically a really good learning experience that we went through yesterday and trying to clean everything up. And I was so happy that I didn't open the floodgates and I didn't have 100 people that I had to clean up.
Hey, Dave, I called Barb yesterday and signed up for Sean's reboot class.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good.
And while she was looking at my account, she was like, so tell me, what's this 5K, grow 5K challenge? What's this thing? So,
yeah, Barb does no idea because I'm just so you know, it's something that I'm doing outside of. It's Trade the Fund is my own company, and Sean and I are partners on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It just happened to show up in my Apiary profile, I guess, that I'd signed up for that or whatever. So.
Yeah, no, and yesterday was the first day, so
sure, yeah.
And we're going to tell her, but we're going to tell everybody because we had some support questions, and so the best way to get support on that is Discord right now, just so you guys know. Bob, you can't access it because this is one of the other things that people did is you signed up with a new email address, not the one you had with Apiary Fund. And so when you sign up with a brand new email address, it creates a brand new account. And so you do have the 5 to 50K account, but it's underneath the Alveo settings that you signed up your email address with. So I can merge that, but it took me a couple hours to figure out how. And I did figure that out. Can you privately DM me the email address that you want for all of your accounts and the email address that you don't want? So, and then I'll merge them all under that. So you have one email address with all your accounts. So a couple people did that, and I'm like, oh boy, how do I fix this one? But yeah, thank you guys for signing up.
You're welcome.
I'm not sure what that. Oh, that wasn't for me. One of the things that Sean's doing on the holiday reboot that he didn't really broadcast, and I was talking to him about that, is I'm like, did you want to broadcast this, or were you kind of holding this back as a gift, as a gift to people that actually did sign up? It's like, no, I want it. So that's what the holiday gift is, where they're going to actually like reset your guys's funded accounts back to wherever it was at. So that's the principle of this boot camp, is the gift of getting a reset in your account, in your funded account. And I'm like, you probably should have let people know that. You might have had more attendance. Is like, He's like, yeah, because he's like, and he's like, because you didn't do the marketing. That's what he said. So he's like, but I guess Barb's probably telling you guys that though on the calls, maybe, hopefully. Jerry, did you get that with Barb? Oh, if you're talking, you're muted.
Yeah, she did say that, and then I think she also said that he was going to throw another $2,500 onto it or something.
Yeah, so he's really in the gift giving mood. He's probably gonna. But I'm not gonna tell you that. I'll leave that for a surprise.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas. All right, so it did exactly what I thought. That's why I only put the one trade here. And then as I was talking, I started to build into a layer like I normally do. But I wouldn't have done that if I was not talking. I probably would have still stayed. This whole thing, this whole move right here, I probably would have just been like 4 trades on, right? But so I'm a little bit heavy. I reduced my position size, but I'm still a little heavy than I would have wanted to be, only because I feel like it was going to come and run down and give us that price cycle. Now we're at the end of the price cycle, so this is where I would have wanted to place more of my trades instead of right here. But if I get the confirmation of the turn for the price cycle higher, then I'll add more trades on. But right now, I'm just going to sit on my hands and wait for that confirmation to happen.
It's struggling to turn.
Michael, I DM'd you on that. You said your trade partner can't stop you out on a small move. That was my fault. When I created your account, I gave you $50 instead of $5,000. And then the risk settings is all at $50. So if you lose $5, you're out. So I just canceled that account and reset and gave you a new one. So that was my fault because I had to manually create it. But I caught this as somebody else. I gave them 50,000. I'm like, nope. I'm like, this has to be automated, Sean. And he was sitting right there with me and he saw it and we were laughing at it. And I'm like, yeah, wait, I can't do this. Too much pressure. How many zeros are in 5,000? I'm going to give somebody 50,000. And then they're not going to call me and complain.
It's a gift.
No. It's a
then you'd have, since it's a demo account, then you'd have to get 10% of 50,000.
Oh, that's right. Oh, then they would complain.
I would complain. The other thing is that switching back and forth isn't as seamless as it is with, at least so far this morning, hasn't been as seamless as it is with switching between demo accounts on Alveo. So like up here, you can't just come down and say hit your trade partner account. It disables my live account for about 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then clicks over. So the transition back and forth is really slow and disables the other account for a while.
Oh, no.
It's loading data is why I switch accounts often. So I know
It has nothing to do with the new account, right?
Well, I've never had to do that on the other ones.
Huh. Because I just did it pretty quick. So here's my trade partner account.
Yeah, see, right now I just switched and I have the trading disabled, disconnected from server across the top of mine.
Could it be because you have a bajillion trade orders it has to load, maybe? Or switching from, because I'm doing it.
Right now I'm only in 10 trades on my live account. So
no, it's based on your trade history.
In your history.
Oh, yeah, I've got 34,000 trades in my trade history. So
I would feel like that's very unusual.
That's small. Nate has way more, like 60,000.
No, I'd feel it would be unusual if it was happening only to that account because all the accounts are set up the same. The
Right.
only difference is the name, right? And the naming convention shouldn't matter. So I wouldn't think that would be the issue of just if you switch from like, like this account, like any account, same thing, right?
Yeah, and it may just be maybe my server slow.
Yeah.
If anybody else was having it, since you're in a beta mode, I thought I'd tell you.
No, appreciate it for sure. All right, just waiting for confirmation of this turn, and then I'll build in.
Dave, this is Mike.
Yeah.
My account's still messed up. They won't let me trade now because it says a negative 7% on it now.
You got to switch accounts like right here. So, or better yet, if you're still in Alvia when I made the change, get out of Alvia and get back in. I disabled your first account that I created for you, and I created a new one. So you'll see a new trade partner. So if you haven't closed out of Alvia and closed back in, that could be
I just switched. It looks like it's there now. I'll go try trading that and see what happens.
Yeah. So close out of Alvia and get right back in, and then tell me if you're having issues.
All right, I'll try that. Thanks.
Uh-huh. Still waiting for confirmation of the turn. Let's do it. Yeah, Josh is saying that the account is not a wobble account, and you're right. The challenge is not made for you guys. It's made for the public, and I don't want to scale with having people being able to blow up their accounts pretty quickly. So that's why it's not wobble settings. But
You can still wobble.
you can still wobble if you know the hack, but I'm not going to say the hack, but there's a hack. But you guys should know it, the wobblers. But I'm not going to say it because this is going to be recorded. That kind of reminded me. Yesterday, Josh had the question and I wanted to answer it live. So his question was to me that he uses different techniques and different strategies like breakouts, long-term consolidation strategies on all of his accounts that he trades, right? And as well as I'm sure there's other people who do different techniques, not just the wobble technique, right? And so his question was kind of like he was interested, the whole purpose of this challenge is to get a good sharp ratio so that you can start trading larger money, right? So here's the confirmation, but it's right up against the turn point. So if I get a little bit of a pullback, I'll build in. And so his question was, should he utilize some of his strategies that he's more comfortable with as he's still learning the wobble, and just kind of go for profit gain in the challenge account. And the short answer is that when you're dealing with a sharp ratio, it's your risk versus reward ratio, right? And that's what gives you a better sharp ratio. And so by reducing your position size and taking like in today, if we're wobbling, we've got a lot of trades on, and I go for 0.05, but I'm going for 7-10 pips. That's going to be a better Sharpe ratio than if I'm trading at 0.20 and going for 2 pips, because I risked more, but my reward was smaller, because the ratio, you'll still have a good ratio. It just won't be as good, right? Because that's what the mathematic formula looks at is that. And so, ultimately though, it's not just what your Sharpe ratio is, it's also your equity curve, right? So if your equity curve when you're wobbling should, probably look something like this, where if you're long-term trading and you're just sitting in trades, it might look, not like that, but something like that. And so which is the better equity curve? Well, at the end of the day, it all matters what your balance is, right? So the short answer is trade how you're comfortable, but don't go profit hunting, right? Don't just trade for profits, be smart about it, trade for lower risk, higher reward trading. And the thing that the wobble technique tends to do, until you can master it, for some people, is it tends to get you into trouble quicker and more often, because you are trading heavier because you're looking for smaller moves. Where on the flip side, if your strategy is a long-term trader, you're not only putting 1 or 2 trades on, and you're looking for those larger moves. And so your position size is smaller, because you need to be able to withstand 50, 100 pips against you on those moves. And so kind of thinking about, answering that question, it's all about how you trade, really. And so if you're getting into a heavier position size, and you're going heavy and you risk out in the wobble technique, then it's probably not the right strategy to trade in that small of an account, because you can risk out pretty easy if you max out your position. I don't know. Does that answer your question?
It does.
All right. So that was not the rundown that I wanted. So now I got to fix this a little bit, and let's hope it doesn't break to the bottom.
Hey, Dave.
That's working for you, Michael. Oh, go ahead.
So how do we sign up?
Somebody's not subscribed to my YouTube channel.
I've been trying to juggle, work and
I just
participate in the meetings, but I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to it.
So I did a soft launch to only people that were subscribed to my YouTube channel. So got the invite.
I did subscribe.
Well, then you should watch.
I should have received the invite then.
No, it's just a video. If you got notified that the video dropped, I dropped a video there on the YouTube channel. So I didn't put out any marketing. All I did is just drop the video quietly, because I didn't want to open the floodgates, so to speak.
You mentioned that yesterday about the video, right?
Yep. It's there, guys. Who's seen the video? I'm sure everybody's seen it.
Well, I'm going to go check it out.
It was, I left out one important thing, and somebody in this group, I don't remember who it was, pointed that out to me. And I got to go back and edit it and repost it. But I left out your guys's, it's kind of important, but I left out what the return or the profit, what you guys make. Man, my words are failing me today. The split. I left out the split on the video. So I was like, well, what's the split? Well, we get everything, you get nothing. That's why I left it out. Like everybody is included in the challenge. We're talking specifically of the challenge. Everybody can buy it, but it's another cost. So everybody is included in this class. So so just to clear some people's confusion, the challenge has nothing to do with this group of traders that we trade in the morning. The challenge is not going to give people education. It's not going to give them access to Trader on the Street. It's not going to give them access to any live classes or anything. Ultimately, so that you guys know, I'm not building the challenge. You guys are glad. I'm welcome to take it. I'm thankful that I consider what you guys friendly territory. That if I make a mistake and give you guys $50 instead of $5,000, you'll just laugh at it. But somebody that doesn't know me may get frustrated and write a bad review, right? And so that's why I'm not opening it up to the public yet, where it's not in front of non-friendlies. So thank you guys for taking it, but the challenge is really designed to turn the floodgates open and to bring new people in, right? And for them to ultimately realize that it's going to be difficult if you don't know what you're doing. And so you do need education.
But it is what it is. You just keep going, right?
What's that?
What's up, fellas?
You talking to us?
Hey.
You kind of sound very far away. Maybe not. Who's I'm going to see who's chatting. All right, let's see if we can get this pop up. Kind of fix this situation. So that's kind of what the challenge is for. So there's a little bit of confusion today that people
I'm
were
ready
like,
to go back and sleep. Yeah, I hear you. I'm ready to go back.
I need to mute some of these mics.
But you know what? Like I was telling Jameson, employment's good. It's also true.
How do I find you?
So if I have the choice between one or the other,
It was you, John. It's all good. So anyways, just to let you guys know that everybody who's in this group, this is the 5 to 50 crew, or going to be the 5 to 50 crew. You guys will get access to the 5 to 50 crew for free. That will never change, but it is all education. It is nothing to do with the challenge. Just so you guys know that. That's two separate things. Same with leagues. When we bring leagues on, still waiting for Solo to work his magic. He's working on that. But it's really close. I kind of pulled him off of that to make sure that challenges were smooth. But he's really close to that. So leagues will be separate as well. As the 5 to 50, they're all going to be separate but the same. And then when we launch the other challenge, that'll be separate as well. So my fear is that people who don't know how to trade, I'm wondering how long they'll last in trading the challenge. But it's the same as every other challenge. You hit 10%, you're done. So you got to know a little bit of trading, I would think, before dropping like $1,000 on another challenge. All right, come on. As soon as I get in, it doesn't want to move up. And you guys were saying all it's been doing is going up.
So when you go big, I know you mentioned like high probability, but how much of your account size
keep going?
It depends on the high probability. So yesterday we saw a couple first retracements of a breakout, and I would have done that here if we would have gotten a breakout like below here. On a first retracement of a breakout that I look at as a high probability, I just smack as many trades on as I can. So I don't have a set amount, as many trades on as I can during the stall, right? So can't tell you how heavy I get, but I go as heavy as I can while it's stalling on the 1 minute, which is only, a few seconds. But I try to go as heavy as I can because that's a quick hit. It's really quick, right? But the only other time that I really build heavy is if I'm in a ride the wave situation, or if it's am I fading like a larger candle, like an abnormal candle for 50%. Those are really the times where I just kind of go heavy on purpose, right? Like I don't care about only on the fading a candle or the first retracement of a breakout. I smack as many trades on as I can, and I don't really care about how heavy I get. And sometimes it's very rare, but I'll be like, oh, I'm out of smack buttons. I can't smack anymore. Because I max out my positions, right? And when I do that, I'm all right, because that other 50% is reserved for opportunities. But again, if it doesn't pan out quickly, you're in heavy, so you need to get out, right?
Right. My mistake was I went heavy, but my stop was far away, and then it went against me big time.
So that's the thing, is like, if it doesn't pan out, if that high probability trade doesn't pan out in like 2 to 3 candles, that's when I'm only smacking that button. Well, that was unexpected. The move up was expected.
There's news coming out at 8.
Yeah, you're right. I did see that. But I'm like, I don't think there's news in the. But yeah, you're right. To me, if I'm going heavy, I'm getting out and I'm taking that loss, and it sucks, but I'm not, but I can recover a lot easier if it's a loss that, that's only like 3 or 4 pips loss, but it's still a heavy loss, but I still take it. I take it because it's a high probability trade setup. And so that happens greater than 60% of the time. So it's a good gamble. But nonetheless, if it doesn't happen, that 40, 30, 20% of the time, it doesn't happen. So you take the loss on those times. And I never trade that layer or that heavy layer like I would trade these layers. Like right here, if this was heavy for me, I would have gone, if I start smacking on right here, because if this was the first retracement of a breakout or whatever, and I thought it was going to come back. So if I was on this and I start smacking in and it didn't come back and it just kind of crossed and it touched here, I would have gotten out right here. And so if this is my heavy layer, I would have let it run down just to this point. And if it didn't bounce, I would have got out. So I would have taken a 4 pip loss, as opposed to I'm letting it ride and I'm into 10 or 15 pip loss on the heavies. So when I'm heavy, I'm usually a 3 to 5 pip loss if I'm taking a loss on that, because it can destroy your account if you have a heavy layer on. So I'm really, really focused. Like as soon as I put heavies on, my focus becomes micro focus. All right. So if it fails to cross this, I may just get out and flip my position. So if it fails to do this, because it came up, got smacked down, got a couple down, and it looked like it possibly could be turning. But if it stays above this, then this move has been negated. So it didn't, like I said, I expected to pop higher. I expected to stay up here. Didn't expect it to get smacked back down, build another low. So we could be looking for lows. And so if it crosses that in 20 seconds, then it's probably going to move lower. Let's see what it wants to do. What you want to do? I don't know, but whenever I start talking to the market, I always pull out my British accent comes out for some other reason. That's what the market only understands when I talk to it in a British accent. Come on. What you doing? It's a horrible accent. But who else talks to the computer? Come on. You go. You got to do it.
All the time.
Yeah. It's like, okay, it kind of failed to break below here, but then this candle says, we're going to do it. So that being said, I think I'm going to pop out of some of my profit here. Just bank some profit. So peel off some profit. Peel off a couple losses. Just kind of lighten a little bit. Lighter. And probably do this little thing right here. And look, and just kind of hunt for 2 pips inside of here. And we'll see. And now the turn. So what I was looking for, the information has changed. So it comes up, kind of does this thing, fails that. I could see it kind of turning right there, but now all this has been negated with a sideways move. So a sideways move means it's consolidating. So now we got to figure out if it's going to break to here or to here, right? Trend says it's more likely going to break here, but all your wick action is on the top and we got some on the bottom. It could go either direction. So this is a great place to just kind of get into a few 2 pips of take profit on an up and down move, but then get out if it breaks out, right? Which I think I'll try to capitalize on. And obviously you're coming into like a kind of like a pennant flag situation. To me, I guess the best way to liken trading is kind of like learning a new language, right? And reading charts is kind of like reading in a different language. And the more you do it, the more your vocabulary expands and the more things that you can start to see. And then sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad, meaning we think we can, if you get too complicated and too much and we get stuck on the vocabulary of everything, then we can kind of think it's going to do something, but not necessarily. And then we get stuck on our analysis. I guess that's the thing that becomes bad and not letting us have a opportunity for change. Okay. So here we got this rounded corner right here. See if we drop. If we do drop, I'm going to be, so here's a breakout right here. I'm just going to buy in a few pips here for a pullback. So yesterday when I was trading last night, I was looking for 2 pips to 3 pips and just gobbling up profit. And I'm like, oh, this is so fun. I don't usually trade. I trade with a 0 take profit all the time. But yesterday when the market is just moving so slow, I was getting in and out of trades, and I didn't have to look. I didn't have to, and so that's an appropriate time for me to put take profits on when it's just like takes like 10 minutes to move 2 pips. I don't want to have to watch the market, right? So because I don't want to have to watch the market, I'll put take profits on, let it hit, come back, put some other trades on, come back, put some other trades on, and do the same thing. So I think I'm going to do that with Magneto right here. Just seeing if we're going to get a break in this. This is a bounce point, so I'm not ready to get into sells. This is not the place I want to take profit right here. I just kind of move that to see where my break-even point is. All right. I need to take the power back from these trades, so that's what I'm hunting for right now. Even though one price cycle up that's what I'm looking for, is a price cycle up. But I'm also in a trade light zone where if it does break here, it could run. So I'm up against a decision. Do I wait and see if I get a price cycle up, or do I take the loss now before it becomes heavier? That's the question that I'm asking myself in my mind right now. And then I fix it on the sells. So because of this down pressure, I can always just start pilling profit, pilling losses, pilling profit, pilling losses. Did it fix you guys' trades though, this down move? Because I know everybody was, if you guys were into sells and you're like, it's just keep running. I was wondering if it came back and helped you guys out with some of your trades, if you're holding on to them on this move up, like if you got caught in that pop up, or maybe you were, hopefully you didn't hold on to trades from here all the way up, but hopefully it helps fix some of your guys' trades. This is painful when it just does this. Can't even get a pip candle. What are you doing? It didn't like my accent.
That down move erased all my profits that I had gained this morning. But
oh, so you were taking buys. Okay.
I was taking buys, yeah. And I did well, except I should have got out with a tiny loss when it went up on that good up move, but I left it and then it came down, and now I'm on 4 trades. I'm about 16 pips against.
Yeah.
So I'm not too bad. I'm less than 1% down. So
I'm looking for it to gonna draw a line in the sand for me, and it's right on it. So playing on it right there. It's kind of like my line in the sand. So I think I'm going to look for a reset to 0. Right here. Oops. Pick up some. So what I'm doing right now is I'm compartmentalizing my trades. So I've just set all of my trades up for, it probably won't be break even, but if it comes up here and plays up here, it'll manage this layer with that layer, right? And when it comes up here, I'll refocus back on breaking even. But right now, I'm going to kind of compartmentalize that stack, and now I'm just going to trade where the market gives me opportunity to trade, and I'm just going to look for profits to stack in, so that if it does come up and touch this right here, and it's not quite break even, I'm able to capitalize on that. Pick up some profits along the journey back up there. See, that's not even 2 pips. So wait for it to climb a little higher. See if it actually breaks. If it breaks that, then that's good for my buys. And flip back to my sells and just get out of my sells if it breaks that. This is kind of me putting like a safety layer on the sells in case it does come down and goes up, decides to get smacked right back down.
Yeah, I'm back to profit.
Hey, congratulations.
About 10 minutes, there's going to be some Canada stuff. You know that?
Yeah, that's right. It wasn't U.S. news. That's why I was like, I didn't think I needed to look for the news because it looked last night. That's what it was going to be.
It can have a little effect.
Right.
More on the U.S. CAD chart. I'm curious about it because I was back testing on it as a test to see.
Does anybody trade? Does anybody ever trade anything other than currencies like oils, NASDAQ, anything like that?
Mm-hmm. I never have, but you can back test on it. That would be the first thought.
So I was getting a crash course on it because I've never have but Sean does all the time. So I was getting some really good education yesterday on it. I was watching him trade and just being interested. I'm like, might just have to do something like that.
What was he doing?
Oh, he was trading NASDAQ
futures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was it before the market opened?
It was
there in Utah, was it?
1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
1 to probably 3 he was trading.
Yeah. During the day, you can do NASDAQ with a NASDAQ futures trade 24 hours. I think at night he does NASDAQ futures because it's after hours.
So does it ever do this to you guys? And this is what it did to me. It gave me an opportunity to get out, and I didn't take it because I'm like, oh, hey, we're gonna get that pop, right? So I didn't take it, and I know this happens because I've seen your guys' trades. So I know this happens to you. And then what it does to me is it frustrates me because I didn't take it, and I should have took it, right? But you don't expect it. I'm like, okay, I saw it kind of bounce up, got smacked down, go up. I'm like, is it going to get smacked down? Now, if it goes back up, it's like, how many opportunities is it going to give me? And here's the next thing too, that if it continues with this lower low, this is your next opportunity right in here. If it comes back and touches that, that's the next opportunity to get out. If it stalls here, because that means it's going to come back down, right? And continue this lower low. So I missed this opportunity. Now it's this opportunity. And so if you don't take it, you could end up getting into a worse situation. And then you just got to, to me, it's a little bit of a hope and pray. And I've been there plenty of times where it's like, okay, I failed to take that opportunity. Market, give me one more opportunity, right? You ever kind of bargain with the market? Just give me one more opportunity to get out before you decide that you're going to break down. And if it doesn't, then you have to turn it into fixing. Then it goes from opportunity to fixing your trades. And I don't like, it makes me always nervous to be into trades. Yes, it should bounce here, but if it doesn't, it breaks, it could run. And I don't like trading that. And so I usually am like super, super light in these moments. But I'm not super, super light right now. So that's, it adds another layer, it adds another emotion of don't break. Just give me that opportunity. I promise I'll take it. I promise I'll be good. Yeah, Duke took it. Good for you. Good job.
Yeah.
So again,
Yeah,
here's that point. So I promised that I'd take it, so I'm going to take it. Maybe. Oh crap! I hate when that happens. Are you sure? Are you really?
What did you do?
When I hit the red X, I want to take it. But when you have a confirmation box that says, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
Then sometimes the market fades on you and you miss out on that execution, right?
Yeah. I know.
Oh, you know.
I what I do sometimes is I really want a break even or a green number for the day. So I'll hover over the OK box, and as soon as it turns green, I'll pop it.
Did you pop it? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I got like a dime's worth of profit for the day. Meaning like I was in the hole and I vindicated myself and brought it back to a microscopic green day.
Sure.
That's my goal sometimes. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You can take a tiny loss for the day, but it's better to take like a microscopic win.
Yeah,
So
I've done the same.
You know, it's green instead of orange.
So that's my way of instead of like if you're like at 9.98% return, you're like, oh, I want to get to 1, but you have no more trades on, then I'll just trade until I hit 1 and I'll get out, right? But it's my way of you always get burned on that last trade of the last day of the last, you know that one where you're just reaching for just a little bit more, and then a little bit more turns into 2 hours more.
Just 9% profit for the day.
Yeah, exactly.
must be rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sympathy.
All right, I took it.
But
The market gave it to me. I took it.
Yeah, there you go.
If you want a big X out, you could hover over the OK confirmation button and wait for a slightly better moment. Like if it's bobbling around, you could kind of try to get a slightly better moment.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I do the same thing where I hover over that X. And as soon as I like hit that 1% or whatever that target is, I'll be like, boop, I'm done. And then I'm like, okay, got it. I don't care if it's like 1 pip or flickering or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It makes a small difference.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Duke, thanks for
Psychology,
sticking
around. About psychology again.
Yeah, exactly. It is.
Punch the ocean.
It is. It's so fun. Don't punch the ocean. That's actually, That's a great title for a trading session or a trade. Don't punch the ocean. People are like, what are you talking about?
There was actually, I think it was like an ancient king, Xerxes, maybe he ordered his generals to whip the ocean to punish sinking his ships.
Okay. Can you send me that? The name of that? I'm going to research that and bring that into, I really am going to do a training on it. Don't punch the ocean. I love it.
Whipping the sea.
Because I'm learning like where I'm at in my trading right now is I love, here's that pop. And aren't you glad we took it? Aren't you glad we took that loss? Oh, look, that's the first retracement over breakout. And I missed that.
I have it. Let's see what's happening.
And there's a little bit, that news popped right for Canada. That's probably what this is right here.
I'm going to glance at the Canada chart to see if a meteorite hit Canada.
I'm sitting on my hands right now for a second, but this is the first retracement of a breakout that just wasn't thinking about it, so I missed it. But they happened really, really quick, where I would have smacked in as many trades as I could for a retest of the bottom right there. Sometimes I don't like taking it. Let me refresh. I don't like taking it if it's a break to an outside range, and not necessarily saying that there was an outside range, but I don't take that move if it's an outside range. So that's the only time when I purposely don't take it. But this would have been a good one because it was kind of a news event, not for the US market, but usually news events do have that shoot down pullback effect, as well as a first breakout of the retracement. So you had a couple pieces of evidence that would support a pullback. Now, if we get that continuation and it starts to climb higher, it has to cross this point, obviously, for it to start to run higher. So with that, if it holds here, I may just get into some sells for a little bit of a ride the wave. In fact, I'll probably do that if I get a little bit of a pop-up and it fails to cross. Take profits off. We'll see just a couple trades because if I have to fix them, it'll be if it breaks above that. So this is my layer stack for a ride the wave situation. And that's probably as heavy as I'll go. So that, to me, flipping in and out of strategies also helps you to compartmentalize a little bit of trading. Like, and this layer stack right here, I've just said, okay, here's my ride the wave if we decide to break. So I'm going to throw that away. In my mind, I'm going to keep that until it does cross here. Then I'll come back and kind of look at that layer, right? The other thing I could do is that if it does trade higher, I could reposition it and peel this guy off right here. That's like a barely break even. And then I'll pull back. I can put him back on if I want to just kind of say, you know what, you're not in the best position. So we're going to move you where you're peeling off a break even trade, smacking it back on right here. And I'll do that sometimes, but basically after I'm done compartmentalizing that trade, now I'm back to, okay, now let's just say market, where's my next profit target? And probably is right here. Just a couple, 2 pips right here. And just start chipping away. Chip away. Lee says, I'm having the breakdown, not the market. Like it. And I'm just going to kind of look at your guys's Boom, boom, boom.
Hey Dave, just a quick question. I'm gonna have to head off to work here in a minute, but
Sure.
so watch the video then. Is that what you're recommending I need to do?
Yeah, if you want to participate in the challenge, I would definitely watch the video because it talks about the challenge.
And then it shows in the video how to sign up?
Yeah, it's the links in the description of the video, how to sign up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. There were several videos that I noticed.
It's the apiary growth challenge video.
Okay,
the
5 to 50.
I did make that if you go to the channel, it's the introduction video.
Yeah, the main one.
Yeah, the main one. I made that the main one yesterday.
Good smile there. I like it.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Right on. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, thanks for everything, man. I'm able to come in and out, but I'm hoping this next year. My goal is to be a full-time trader, and I'm gonna try to work on that this coming year. So I've been getting up early in the mornings, trading for a little bit, participating in this webinar with you guys, and I'm seeing progress. So.
Awesome. Well, we love having you whenever you can. And I know that people have life outside of trading, but whenever you guys can make it, I love it. Love having everybody.
Yes, sir. Thanks again.
Thank you. Have a good day. But like I was saying yesterday, I've really come to enjoy seeing success through you guys, right? So when you guys have success, I enjoy it. So I love it when you guys post, your successes, but also that doesn't mean just post your successes. So I know, let's see, I'm going to call Duke out on that real fast because Duke posts a lot of his successes, which is great, but I don't really see. No, you do. I'm going to give you credit. You do post sometimes when you take a loss. But
yeah, like this morning.
I was going to say, yeah, you do that, but I don't see a lot of people doing that. So.
Well, it's just on my Facebook, I post the successes because I want people to learn the good stuff and not my mistakes. But in this group of traders, I'll be more transparent. It just seems though like we all make the same mistakes at least once. And is there like a way to just learn it from someone else and not make it?
I wish there was. We all see the market through different lenses, right? So the market is always, and so everybody's going to see the market differently. I see, like right now, I see the market in 2 to 3 pip moves. And somebody else sees the market in hour, 15, 20-minute moves. So we just all view the market differently. And so although we all make the same mistakes, we don't make them at the same time or the same direction or the same thing, right? And so that's the difficulty, but yet what I love the most about trading is that you could be looking at the market this way and be successful. I could look at it this way and be successful, right? Because if there was really just one way to do it, again, the computers would do it. Yeah. We wouldn't be doing it. All right. I'm going to all right, so if it holds here, could definitely continue to run up. So I'm just looking for, now I just need a 1 price cycle down, and it fixes everything, right? So use my trusty old magneto tool.
Let's see.
Hey guys, what a great opportunity I had to trade with you guys again today. We're so thankful for the opportunity to trade with you guys. If you guys haven't had the opportunity to trade with us, join our Discord, join our group, and like and subscribe, right? I love the market journeys every single day. Today was no different. We gave a little bit of back to the market, took some from the market, and so we had the opportunity to actually get gifts from the market. I mean, it is the season to get gifts, right? So thank you, market. We gave the market our gift of giving back some of the market, and then the market turned around and gave it back to us. I love high probability trade setups, love to hunt for those. Oftentimes they help me to fix my trades or capitalize on jumping into larger gains, right? And so we had today's market was no exception. Had the opportunity to jump in on some high value trade targets after I had given some money back to the market and ended the day up where I like to be. So again, love for you guys to join us in the trade rooms. We're just starting out growing. So thankfully you guys, those of you guys who have found us, it's so much fun to trade with you guys. Also, we posted the challenge yesterday. So if you guys have taken the opportunity to take that challenge, if you haven't yet or don't know what the challenge is, I'll go ahead and put that video on the end screen. Again, thank you guys, and we'll trade with you guys in the morning. So we'll see you in the morning.